We're asking about the practice of IPID. Take the opportunity as a minister of police to educate people about how IPID operate. You can
What was the purpose of the visit?
It was to discuss my complaint.
At your house? At your house?
Yes, at Mbangil.
Is it true that you were
Here is the
implicated
letter.
in a murder case which involved one of your bodyguards that IPID were investigating?
No, IPID was not investigating that matter. You and I would know that they only deal with complaints on police behavior, so they were not investigating that. I had written this letter complaining to them about an investigation that I had picked up were being conducted by the Hawks on a case that had been dealt with over some time and got closed when the provincial director of public prosecution had applied their mind on.
Okay.
So then I heard that there's an investigation on the same matter taking a different form, I got worried because it would get you worried the way it was put. And therefore, I wrote this letter to say, let's be transparent, let them be transparent. If there's anything, let them put it here, not the way it was happening. Then I wrote the letter, then they came to address the letter. That is how we met.
So was that appropriate for them to come to your house, Robert McBride and him? Was that appropriate to discuss that matter with you at your house?
Well, in what context are you saying? Was it appropriate?
No. I can't answer for you, Minister. I'm just asking, was it appropriate for you to have that matter discussed with you at your house if you were concerned? Because we have institutions when we are not happy, like every citizen, because we are all equal before the law. That if there's a matter that I can really do like what you did.
I wrote this letter. They responded and they said, we will meet at your house on such and such a day, such a time.
Okay.
And it happened.
Is it a common practice, Minister, or the job description of the Chief of Staff to get involved in making inputs on departmental matters?
Chair.
Now,
Sorry. I think he's asking a very important question, which I will want to just get a clarity of the minister. Is it a practice that when people have returned to IPID take cars and goes to people's houses that have complained to the IPID? Is that a practice? I mean, I'm hearing you say they said they are coming to your house and all of that. In line with what he said, we're all equal before the law. Is it a practice that when you complain to IPID, they drive to your house to come and ask you about your complaint, or they invite you to the offices to come and take the matters forward, as it were, Minister?
I would say as a response, they are the ones who are best placed to answer that question, because I might respond in a particular way and be wrong and say it is not their practice, only to find that they have examples where they would have done that. Or I would say it's not the practice, it was only an exception with me. And they would say, no, but we've done the same. So I would want to play it safe and say, we rather direct the question to them in terms of their own practice.
So it's correct to say the Minister of Police doesn't know how IPID operates?
On this particular issue, I haven't looked at their matter, but not to say the minister doesn't know how IPID operates.
Minister, you are sitting there. People want to know. We are talking to a minister. Part of your responsibility when you are sitting there is to educate society. We are asking about the practice of IPID. take the opportunity as a minister of police to educate people about how IPID operate. You can't say become subjective all of a sudden because somehow you're involved. I'm asking about general practice so we can be able to distinguish between what happened to you and what happens to the rest of us.
Now, I am saying in response, the best people to answer that question is them. Now, this particular specific matter, because I haven't checked it with them.
Thank you so much. We can allocate extra time later if you still want to pursue the matter. We must go back to Honorable Skosana because his time is no more.
No, not yet. I'm watching the time. I'm watching the time. I know I'm not a timekeeper, but I'm watching. Minister, Palapala was classified. But it looks like you are saying the IPID. How was Palapala classified?
I don't know. It was classified by IPID. The only time I got to know that it was classified was when one of the members of parliament asked me a question, whether it is classified. I can't remember the actual question. And then I went to IPID to say, can you brief me about this matter, advise me about the response here? And they said, no, Minister. This was classified by us for the following reasons. They outlined the reasons. And then I answered accordingly. It was not classified by Minister. And I see out there's a wrong impression that Minister Mchunu classified IPID. There can't be any matter far from the truth than that one. This was classified by IPID, and as per their competence, Minister can't classify, doesn't have power to do so.
Now, the last part, two quick questions to you, and my last remark will be, did you receive any email from Honorable Adams complaining about a possible interference of SAPS, Western Cape, GP provincial commissioners on the cases that were registered on the 29th and the 31st of October 2024 respectively? And did you receive a response letter from the National Commissioner about Mr. Adams' complaint early in November 2024?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Now, let me put this to you, Minister. That we have interfered with the prescript of the law by getting involved in the structural design of the South African Police Service by undermining 207(2) and 4 of the Constitution and Section 11 and Section 12 of SAPS Act, which empowers both the national and the provincial commissioner to manage and control the police service. Do you agree?
I don't agree because...
so you see nothing wrong which you have done on this matter?
Provided we are one in what you understand me to have done, and I need to explain it. We received, not even myself personally, but it was received by my office through Chief of Staff. And I then said, well, if it's like that, send, which we normally do, send that letter to National Commissioner. And he sent the letter to the National Commissioner who responded. But then there was another letter which was expressing his frustration, if I could call it that, about some matters he had complained about, and wanting somebody else to look at his matters. And that letter was sent to IDAC. That's the only thing that happened.